Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. This time around, we're going to be focusing on another E.G.O that I really do not see used too much, and for obvious reasons, because it's Faust Teleport. It shares a spot with Fluid Sac. It is a very interesting E.G.O. I don't think it's great necessarily, but it's got a couple things going for it. Gain 7 charge, count inflict 3 paralysis. It's 3 targeted up to 4. On head's attack end, apply 1 envy power up and 1 haste to 2 random allies next turn, and this unit gains 3 charge count. And the passive makes her deal even more damage per charge count. And of course, you can get, the corrosion is more paralysis, more charge, but it inflicts paralysis and bind on random units next turn. Yeah, so my plan here is, try and make a team that's, like, envy-ish. So I've got, of course, like, the middle units. I've got base Heathcliff, I've got She Ishmael. We'll probably just run these 5 and see how that goes. And we've got Warp Faust here because she does have an envy block. Usually she gets outshone pretty heavily by using one of Faust's other IDs for the sake of envy, but yeah. And the E.G.O also does need Wrath, Lust, and Envy, which is the perfect syntophies to make it fueled by She units, such as She Ishmael, and also base Heathcliff, so hopefully that'll go decently. And as far as starting units go, I just started with both the tier 3 of charge gifts, because, might as well. I was given the opportunity, and I figured, yeah, there wasn't really much else for me to do there. It just kind of fit perfectly. Yeah, these 5 should be enough. No real need for a 6th person on this team. I'd like to minimize the amount of people just because Teleport will hit 2 random allies with the Envy power-up. So I want to maximize the chances of it being Dawn, Although this does mean we can't do a first turn Envy shenanigans, so I'm not fully sure if this is, like, the best way to go about doing it. But I also don't think there's any other sinners with Envy defensive skills, so I think it's just, something we gotta live with. And of course, the whole big issue with using Teleport for the sake of Envy synergy is, this is Faust we're talking about, you could just use Hexnail instead. Which is a huge issue, because Hexnail is really good. Bunch of fragility with Envy and Pierce. Works pretty well, especially for Envy teams. Using a E.G.O that has a little bit more of a varied cost instead is a bit iffy. Since Hexnail is just straight up 6 Envy resources, while Teleport requires a variety of things. I think it could definitely be worth it, though. We'll have to see for sure, but I believe. I don't have too much Lust in the team. It seems like Lust may be like the limiting factor, because everyone's got Envy, everyone's got Wrath. Lust only a couple people have. Although I don't think we need too much Lust for the E.G.O. It's only 1 or 2, right? I guess I should check. I guess I can check down here. No, it actually needs 3 Lust. That is actually the most important resource. Might be a little iffy then. Might just need to get some resources. I don't know, there might be something I could add to the team to make this a little bit better, but I don't think there really is. There's other units that do benefit from Envy type stuff, like, DHE Rodion or something. Although the issue there is that you've got Lust, I guess. God. That's an idea, that's for sure. Bringing out Chef Gregor. He's got a Lust defense. He can build up some Lust for us. No, this team probably should be fine. We'll just have to go for the full Envy second turn. First turn we set up Teleport, but next turn we get the Envy Resonance actually going. Yeah, I mean that makes enough sense. Since we gain the Envy power up next turn from Teleport. So yeah, that works. Turn 2 we're guaranteed to have 6 slots, so then we can go for full Envy. Okay. And we'll prioritize Lust whenever we see it, especially in these filler-ish fights when we're just trying to build up resources. Yeah. Because tomorrow morning we get to see this week's patch notes. I mean, I assume it's just going to be Captain Ishmael. I don't think there's much else to add beyond, like, bug fixes. Maybe I'll be surprised, but I don't really expect it. Guess we'll finally see the specifics of Captain Ishmael tomorrow morning, which is very exciting. Looking forward to it. I'll probably do a funny video. I don't know why I say funny video when it's just, you know, a normal, not particularly comedic video. But it's just my weird way of talking where I use funny too often. I use the word funny far too often. It's like a character flaw or something. I don't know. I just do not know. Anyways, we get our shop now. What are we looking for? Resource gaining and stuff, I presume. Is a pretty smart choice. Yeah, something like this. Potentially look to change some skills around. Like give Dawn another skill 3. Sure, why not? Why not? That works decently. Oh, and we can grab this early. That's nice to see. Yeah, next floor. Or not next floor, but boss, and then we'll get to the next floor, you know what I mean. Okay, we'll try using teleport here. These guys are neutral here, so it works decently, I guess. So we're just going to pull it out. We actually need heads to get the envy power up, which is really unfortunate, but it might happen. We can get a bit of an envy resonance going on this turn. Not that it matters too much to us. We could try aiming for the, Okay, we did get the heads, though. That's good to see. We probably don't want the coin, if anything, because we really want to get the buff off, and if we use the coin or the sanity, it's not going to be good enough. Although, if I am given the coin, I probably will take it anyways. Because, you know, that's how it be. You know, teleport. A quick way to gain a decent bit of envy or charge on Faust. Faust doesn't really need charge too much right now. Like, the main thing you use teleport for is the passive, because now she's got it active, so, every single skill spends 2 less charge. So that means, like, her skill 1's still +4, her skill 2 is a +6 that spends 1 charge, and her skill 3, spends 3 charge. So her charge economy is a lot better after using that passive. Definitely a lot. Okay, we'll try something like this. You can't counter there, but we'll get the big envy resonance anyways. For the sake of benefiting from the envy power-up, since, you know, it was given to Ishmael and Dawn, it would seem like. Decent. You get hit a little bit, and then you can counter, though. There's a blunt counter, so, you know, not doing the most damage, but that's how it is. But Faust does have 20 charge, so she's doing 40% increased damage with her attacks. Nice to see. I mean, she's potentially like an actual powerhouse for, you know, Warp Faust. Maybe. A couple of Just Vengeances off to do decent damage, even if they do resist blunt. They can only take so many blunt hits before they all just collapse in on themselves, so spamming the blunt attacks is still a very legitimate strategy. Oh, now we get a Just Vengeance off on Ida. Which means she dies. Good stuff. Don't get the lost attack off from Ishmael, but that's fine. That's alright. And what do we get here? We'll take lowest target. We got a lot of blunt. Do some SP damage with those blunt attacks, why don't we? Yeah. I was confused for a second. I was like, oh wait, who are we getting? But no, I'm just running a 5-team team. And that's a crucial part of the team I'm running.
유감없는 싸움을 기대하겠소.
And I mean, I do also know that if I wanted to go for like actually decent envy shenanigans, I should have brought Cliff, but I want to base either for the lust skill 3. So we get a little bit more lust, because otherwise I figured our lust would not be in the best spot. Although we do have a bunch of E.G.O gifts now that are giving us resources, so it's not as big of an issue now. But I didn't know that before the run, of course. Okay, Ishmael loses our clash, that's fine. More lust, more envy resonance. Stagger in the process, these things being weak to our blunt attacks. That one just dies. So there's 4 left, 2 of which are staggered, 1 of which is just kind of chilling there. We go for the envy resonance, not a full envy resonance, of course. If I wanted to, I could have gone for the 6 envy resonance and then used like Dawn counter or something. Like could have countered like this guy, but like we'll do enough damage to stagger and almost kill, and successfully kill that guy, I should say. So there's no need to do anything fancy like that because they're all dead. We didn't even get the lust attack off from Ishmael, but that's fine. That is fine. Speaking of lust, we could take this. We'll take Curriculum Vitae because we've got a lot of charge anyways. It fits. Okay, now we've got some packet 2 to deal with. No. Considering whether or not I was feeling like it would be a good enough time to, you know, throw on another E.G.O, but I figured, nah, no, this fight doesn't really warrant it. Does it now? We do this, hit a lot of weaknesses, do a lot of damage. Quite a few of these guys are weak to blunt, so that'll be nice, and these guys are weak to wrath. And Just Vengeance is just a strong attack, so even though it's not hitting weaknesses, it probably staggers pretty easily. Yep. Doing some SP damage to these Pegatuli, really beneficial stuff. Mercer gets beat up a little bit, but he gets better. Overcharge. Leap. Just Vengeance, throw in one of these, throw in one of these. Okay. Should be decent. A lot of them will survive still, but our damage output is pretty nice, especially since these guys are weak to blunt. They're weak to blunt and gloom, so skill 2 from Faust is decent. That attack is also very decent. Okay, that's good. I don't think we kill there, of course, but this is alright. We go full envy. We could. I don't want to throw on the lust attack, though. Just hit you with it or something. Yeah, that'll work. Well, we just do something like that, then. A lot of these, it looks like, will still survive some of our offensive advantages, or advances, is what I'm trying to say, God. But that's fine. That's how it goes. I mostly just didn't want to use teleport, didn't want to do the gimmick this fight, just to make sure if I was max sanity going into the boss. Because that's kind of important, since we need to get heads to actually get the envy and haste stuff going. There we go, it's just 3 left at least. So we can just kind of pretty mindlessly kill them. Something like this, so we're all just going to one-sided them before they even get the chance to clash, and they should all perish. It's the one thing is that if we actually want to trigger the... Yeah. We don't have a lot of stuff that give us charge beyond, like, the start of the fight, so we probably want to get, like, the employee card or something, if we can. Yeah, Perversion. Burning Intellect does nothing for us. Perversion doesn't do too much for us, but it's more Envy. That's cool. And this is a damage up on Abnophites. Another pretty solid effect to have. Oops, now I meant to hit. We can upgrade Lightning Rod. Give everyone even more charge counter at the start of the fight. And we can give all allies even more charge barrier at the start of the fight. And we can do more SP damage with blunt attack. That's probably not as useful. We need to get this to max, though. Get even more haste, more stuff like that. Because everyone's going to start with 7 charge, so we'll be able to get this 3 haste pretty much immediately. Assuming that's how it works. I'm curious to see how it calculates. Like, does it count us as having 7 charge first turn for Crick Vitae? It doesn't. Will it count second turn, though? Does it count before or after the charge ticks down? Like, if we go to... Will we count turn end, go down to 6 charge, and it'll see we don't have 7 charge and then not trigger? Assuming charge barrier is out of the way. Charge barrier might, you know, make that not even an issue in the first place. I don't know. Really hard to say. I feel like we're gonna kill that thing before we actually get to use teleport. Just a hunch. Well, we won't use the first turn then. First turn, we just kind of focus on killing these guys, and that'll probably be pretty good. Yeah, just throw on something like that. The middle one is only being hit by one person because it's being hit by Dawn, and that's probably still going to be fine enough. Yeah, they're just kind of dying. They're weak to blunt. So our blunt attacks do pretty good here. Yeah, they all die. So this turn is our setup turn. It looks like we did all get the 3 haste. And I see everyone's also at a pretty good charge amount already. Wrong thing. We could actually get the Envy stuff going on this turn and then do it again next turn, which isn't a bad idea, I don't think. Like, we use something like that. Or maybe not necessarily like that. Like that. Do a little bit of that. And we have you clash there. And we just got to do you go for right arm, you go for the left arm again. And you can counter this arm, that's right. That's the plan. Because the counter gets changed to an Envy skill 3. But teleport will bring you to the nice 20 charge amount, not that it matters too much, since you're already at 18, just by virtue of our E.G.O gifts. And Dawn's counter, there's a very good chance Dawn's counter is overkill either way. I would not be shocked. Since it's already taken a fair bit of damage from the teleport, it's not going to entirely get through, I don't think. Oh, that worked decently enough. Left arm still intact, but we probably did enough damage, yeah. So we can... I'm probably just going to prove a loyalty, though, yeah. We want to just be hitting you a bunch. You do resist Envy in this stage. That's fine. We're just going to focus on trying to take out a bunch of the little guys with our random Envy attacks this turn. Although I don't really think Bat Bash is going to do enough damage to kill some of them. Yeah. That's fine. Energy Cycle does enough damage, though. It's because we've got 40% damage increase on Faust right now. Yeah, you're attacking Marissa, who counters and probably kills with a counter? Yep. Nice. Now there's 2 left. We don't have enough stuff to go for the full Envy Resonance, so we're probably just going to thwack you and you'll probably die. Double up on leaps, and get you on 4 bind next turn for the cost of 2 charge. That's pretty beneficial. But yeah, these leaps are gonna do wonders. Yeah. That 40% damage increase is pretty nice. Also, we were trading Gambler there. That's interesting. That's also definitely a big damage up for us. Base Rodion's passive. Just makes it do more damage with heads coins. I'll take my outpost, sure. Actually, I should take Wound Clerica's Envy. Yeah. I don't really need my outpost too much. It's better to go this way, I think. At least I think. There's definitely like a pretty solid case to make that I should have used like Grip Faust or something. Because Grip Faust could really benefit from this 40% damage increase at max charge. Even if she's not going to spend the charge and make use of like that part of the passive, she still definitely makes use of the charge thing in general. Which is a fun idea. This is the kind of ego that there's a lot of ways you can build. It kind of reminds me of something like how like Blind Obsession Ryoshu works, and how like you could build it around either part and get benefits from both, you know? Like Blind Obsession Ryoshu I don't think is like the best ego, but I think is a pretty like, I mean it's cool visually of course. Most egos are. The only ego I don't like visually is like 4th Matchline Rodion, and that's because like it lasts like half a second. Because either you run Warp Ryoshu and you can get poise working on Warp Ryoshu, or you run LCCB Ryoshu and you get charge working on LCCB Ryoshu. Like it's just got support for both charge and poise in such like a good way. And you could definitely get stuff off like with Telepult Faust here too. Like you running Grip Faust, just using Telepult not for the sake of the charge, of course, not for the sake of the envy, but for the sake of the passive, just to get a bunch of damage up on an already pretty strong ID. Or the same for other decent Faust IDs too. Like I just say Crypt because it's what I default to, but you could also just do it for Regret or even like 7 if you wanted to. Your Mirror Calm Water, interesting. Do we get any benefit from it? No. Well, did I take it anyways? Yes, because like what if we get Nebulizer and you can just get our stupid bunny damage ups, our stupid offense level up. If you see a tier 4 and it could potentially do something, of course you gotta take it. Required by law. It's like not even like my choice whether or not I take an E.G.O gift like that, you know? It has been ordained by fate at that point. Okay. So I was going for a neutral there with her skill 1. That's probably fine. Hopefully, it's actually probably against the Mass Tech, isn't it? Because it looks like it's against the big bayonet one. Yeah. My bad. Should have been a bit more careful going through a neutral against enemies who love to spam mass attacks. Okay. Faust is alright for now still. Being thwacked a little bit, but not too much. He also built up a fair bit of bleed thanks to Wound Cleared and Murso's attack, but not enough.
오케이. 작전 지역 진입 확인했어.
네, 입감 양호합니다.
This works. Thinking through my actions, thinking if I was regretting any of my actions, and the answer, no, I'm not. I would never regret an action. Every action I have is perfectly and meticulously planned, without a doubt in my mind.
약점 파악 완료.
Okay, we're slowly but surely whittling away at these guys. A teleport would be super nice just for the sake of its damage dealing potential. 3 Pierce for the next turn. And it actually does work now since these guys got finally fixed after months upon months of their Pierce fragility and stuff being insanely busted and just not working. Busted and just genuinely broken. Like, broken's probably a better term for it, yeah. It works.
지금은 기세를 다시 잡았군요.
뭐 위기에 강하다 그런
And
거야.
victory. One more normal fight, then we do rest stop into boss. And the boss is Papa Bongy, alright. Interesting. Let's see how that goes.
최후의 혈구 하나만 남아 있다면
Oh. Yeah, you did have a favorite, so you know, there's a decent chance you do feel that. You did win that after all, though. You just lost one of the coins on recording. That's alright.
방금 공격은 좋았어.
Unexpected issue to have to overcome. You do a little bit of damage to that guy, though. Oh, he lost his clash, it looks like. That's fine as well.
한방 먹였네.
He'll live.
기세를 모아서 뚫어보자고.
Let's go for Envy this turn, why not?
그 누구도 볼 수
I think like that should work.
약점 파괴요.
I'd just like to dawn counter this guy into oblivion. Like that, yeah. Oblivion you go.
공격 능력 평가. 양호.
Frost blocks the attack, that's decent. Heathcliff loses another clash because we sure did have him use his skill 1 for the sake of getting the Envy Resonance off, which, you know, isn't exactly the strongest skill in the shed. That's fine. Oh, you've got the mark, the buffoon.
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요. 약점 파괴요.
There we go. Victory, we get a rest stop. Is there anything we have to upgrade particularly? I don't think so. Maybe. We do have, like, Themir Calm Water, but I just kind of took that for the sake of the bit. I don't really think I want to upgrade that, nor can I afford it. And I can't afford it, but I don't really need to. We'll take Wound Clara just for a little bit more Wrath synergy, or a little bit more Bleed synergy. Wish I could upgrade it again here. Unfortunately, I'm a little short on cost. If we got lucky with the 20% that first time, we could have managed, but that's alright. We're definitely going to use Teleport to clash against the 4 coin here, because it is a scary one.
최선을 다해보지. 아이, 방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
Never won't be. I want to be able to hit the chicken bucket there too. We'll let you counter that so that we can get Vengeance Mark on you next turn. That sounds like a smart move, a smart play. A Flashing Strike you, Just Vengeance you, a Smackdown you. Then now we can do this in such a way like that. Okay, we should probably Just Vengeance that and Smackdown out of him since you're gonna get hit by the teleport. Okay, looks good. Good stuff. That chicken, that Bongy got immediately cooked. We do pretty good damage to this guy since he's weak to it. Although he doesn't quite die. I probably should have doubled up on that one because we don't want that stupid protection going off, but that's fine. And Tails on Teleport. Unfortunate, but it is a 20 cost E.G.O, so it happens sometimes. No funny Envy and Haste to allies this next turn. That's alright. You can get kill this Bongy in return though, so that's fine. It's something. Yeah, you hit a little bit, which means you get the Vengeance Mark. So we could go all out on you this turn. Probably we could bother with Chicken Bucket if we wanted to. But, like, it also seems like such a good turn to just go all out on the body, you know? Like, what if he summons some more chickens? It doesn't matter. Oh, that's the wrong attack. I meant to say that for Hexnail. What does Corroded Hexnail hit? It's, okay, we're going for normal Hexnail then, which isn't the best because it's only a single enemy fragility, but that's still fine. We're just gonna try this. I think I meant to actually have to counter clash that, but that's fine. You're resisting all the stuff because, you know, you resist your pierce, you resist your blunt. We're going to stagger you soon, so it's not going to make a difference for you.
방금은 전략의 승리야. 계속 밀어붙이자.
Proof of loyalty. Okay, I mean, I guess we did stagger the body. It wasn't like the most insane turn as far as damage goes, though. So I was probably, you know, overhyping it. Now the Bongies are all back, aren't they? And Faust got staggered in the process. Why are you just going all into Faust? Because it does mean you get Vengeance Mark on that part now. But yeah, these guys are all back. We could just teleport them. That's a funny idea. I'll go for it. Yeah, we'll just accept our losses and take down the chicken bucket this turn. Skewer all of the Bongies onto a single helipole. Delicious Bongy skewers.
아무튼 놀라운 한방이네요. 침묵을 안겨드리죠.
Probably not bad. Quite delectable. Raw chicken on a stick is... I mean, if it wasn't raw, it would probably be fine, but the raw part kind of soils the entire thing, doesn't it? Yeah, but you die, so... We are set. 35 HP on Baba Bongy. Yeah, we're good. Baba Bongy dies. Deserved. You know, we've got both of Faust's Envy E.G.O passives triggering, which is funny. There we go, though. That was alright. Couldn't get the funniest possible turn off or anything like that, but that's how it goes. We can take special contract here for, you know, death. Wishing woe upon our enemies. And we can go bottom path. Yeah, it looks good. Boss's floor is Pierce and Gloom. Who could have guessed? It's Pierce and Gloom. So it's either Fox, Centipede, or KQE.
맞서보죠. 우리들에게 이깟 파도 별것도 아니잖아요.
Bless me. Is it like sacred to just say bless me or something? I don't know.
그 누구도 볼 수 없게.
Tried to mute my mic, but recently my mic muting button's been busted again, so if I mute my mic, I cannot unmute my mic unless I go to like the actual computer settings. I just need to find, probably just need to hit some random like keyboard shortcut to fix it. Oh. Gregor is moving around. He heard my sneeze and he was off-put by it, I suppose. Okay. Solid turn. You run out of charge, you don't get, you know, the barrier charge. That's pretty fine though, since you don't really need it. Funny to see. Like that. Looks good. Yeah, definitely looks very good. Doing some good damage. We're hitting weaknesses a fair bit. You're weak to Wrath, so we'll definitely stagger with recording.
방금은 전략의 승리야. 계속 밀어붙이자.
I think you're saying I've got sound strategy, Gregor, and it warms my heart to hear such things. Okay, how are you looking now? All the lost guys are staggered. You're staggered. You're the only one who isn't staggered, so we'll, like, proof of loyalty you, maybe? Leap you? Leap you, yeah. That sounds good. Okay. And we pop this. This is good. Resentment. Oh yeah, that's base Heath's passive. Isn't like, what, 10% blunt damage or something in exchange for 4 Envy Resonance? So, I mean, it works on Envy teams, but still it feels a little bit of strange to trigger such things. Oh, we just killed them all. perfectly planned turn then. Cool. Should probably just start using teleport for normal fights, just so we can get a little more usage out of it, especially when we've still got, you know, more fights to go for the boss. Like, you know, this fight we might not, but this fight we might as well use it, because we'll be able to build up Sandy again the fight after, right? And even if we do use teleport in the fight before the final boss, like, it's not like we will not build up that 20 Sandy in a single fight very easily. So I should just use it, because we've got the resources for it.
최선을 다해보지.
Might as well, yeah.
원래 말은 듣지 않는 사람 누구야?
I've convinced myself. Yeah, look at our resources. We're pretty much set. Definitely helped. You know, we've got, you know, Child Within the Flask and Blue Sepal Lighter that have just been constantly building up our resources this entire run. Yeah, so we use teleport, but you're lucky we get heads. We did get heads. Did we crit? Huh? Okay. Interesting.
저희가 봤습니다.
Where do you even have poise from? Where did...
침묵을 안겨드리죠.
Oh, we have the... Oh!
싸움은 우수했어.
That's right. We've got Pen Nostalgia now. I kind of took it and didn't even think about it. Predator has the Gloom affinity skills. Are you the only person with Gloom on this team? Yeah, you are. So you're just gonna consistently get some poise. So you've got 10 offense level up this turn. Thanks to that. So, a little bit good. We'll have Affinity Resonance turn. Might as well, even if we can't actually use Dawn's counter because, you know, she's not being attacked. Still nice to use. Especially because you can, like, just demolish this guy. Almost to a pulp.
다소 유리하구려.
And we just kill him all this turn. Yeah.
그 누구도 볼 수 없게. 이걸로 제가 바꾼.
방금 공격은 좋았어. 이대로만 계속해보면 좋을 텐데.
저희가 봤습니다.
처리했어요. 효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요. 한 줄 긋지.
적확한 한압이었어.
And there we go. Sweet victory. So yeah, one more fight on this floor. And then we get like 2 events and then a shop, which is pretty cool to see. So for safety, I won't use teleport here, although I do acknowledge that I would be fine. Actually, was it a Pierce Week encounter? No, it's Blunt Week, okay.
오케이.
We'll just beat these guys to death with our fists then. It's the best option.
양호합니다.
먼저 간다.
It's the only way. You know? Clearly.
효과적이네요.
Yeah, I've got a lot of blunts, so these guys aren't going to be too big of a deal. Even if they don't take too much damage, we can still take them out in a couple turns fairly freely. Bind you next turn, because, you know, it's something, I guess.
적군이 더 강해진 것 같아.
And get some Wrath going here. Wrath doesn't look bleed thanks to Wound Clarid. We don't have any bleed count because we don't have Wound Clarid plus, but, you know, bygones be bygones or something. That guy's almost staggered. Not quite enough, though, to fully stagger him. I mean, you just blew up thanks to the contract. Cool. We love contracts. Sign my contract.
약점 파악완료.
유효타 좋아. 계속 집중하자.
God, I gotta pull up the Pluto image. I've got it downloaded for the sake of a bit recentishly. Sign my contract. Sign my contract. God, genuinely, it's such like an awful page in Ruina.
끝이 보이네요.
What's it called? Suspicious contract. That's the one. It's just 3 block dice. Like maybe you could. It's for discard decks for some reason. Despite the fact on launch there was no discard support. It's so funny. Maybe it's good or something. It's just 3 block dice and it gets a benefit whenever you It's like what, gain the haste on discard or something too. It's like a Murray type thing. Well, they're all dead, so it doesn't matter. Sign my contract. Especially because you actually can have contract as like a keyword in Limbus now, thanks to Magic Bolt Otis adding it. So you can just have your description be like, sign my contract. Roughly. Because sign my blank isn't like an actual one, but you know what I mean. Envy Sloth advantage. Well, we've got some envy for you then. You're the only person in the entire team that can actually do this, despite having an envy-oriented team. It's because a lot of people have envy skill 1s and 2s, though, I guess. So fair enough. Marissa? Give him another skill 2? Yeah, I'm down for that. Let's put in Tears and Plushie. Okay, that works for me. Nothing else to do. So we can press on. And we see which of the 3 potential options is going to be here. And we'll use our combo one last time on them. It's you. Okay.
걱정 마시오. 최후의 혈구 하나만
We can just teleport
남아있다면
3 of them then, though.
생명은 어떻게라도
Do they resist
보존될
envy
테니.
pretty notably? They do. Probably should just blind obsession them then. Just for a little bit of safety. You know, just do a little bit like this. Blind obsession. Just. Yeah, do that on the body. And we can get rid of these and instead do it like this, I believe, and then we not work because of that. I see. I'd like to hit this part though. Okay, that works. Get rid of these then. We've set up the E.G.Os how we want them to, so we just want to beat up the head a bit with random attacks this turn. Yeah, that'll work. Mostly just setting up for a strong turn too. As you do, really. A little bit of rough bleed here too. Not that it matters in the long run, because it's just 33 damage one time. We have Blind Obsession. Tails still staggers on all the umbrellas, I think, pretty easily, so that works. Unfortunately, it does mean one of the umbrellas gets hit by the contract instead of the fox, but I'd like to just take down the umbrellas so they don't just stack like the sinking and rupture and whatever they're doing.
효과적이네요. 이 방식을 기억하는 게 좋겠어요.
You lose your clash, that's fine. I expected as such to be a potential possibility, so that's fine.
낙뢰 충전 최대치예요.
You could kill at least one umbrella with this attack though and do pretty good damage to the fox.
개체들의 체력이 많이 깎여 나갔어. 괴로워하는 게 느껴지지 않아?
타겟 무력
And Faust has a lot of haste this turn, so that's really good to see. This is going to be a beat you to death turn, I think. At least we can try. Just go all on the body. Pop a Hex Nail. Pop another Telepole. Can we try Corroded Hex Nail maybe, first and foremost, actually? This attacks. Perfect. Okay, that'll work then. We're gonna throw on a Telepole for the sake of it. You clash that, you can clash that for the sake of doing something this turn. And do that, and then just redirect it with Hex Nail. Okay, looks good. Do some good damage here. Hopefully we won't stagger the body too quickly, so that we can actually get these counters off. We do crit with Faust again here, though. So that's cool. We get the 3 Envy for agility on you. God, we're already doing a lot of damage, though, because being weak to Pierce, mainly, is the thing that's kind of doing a lot. Especially because Telepole is going to be doing 40% increased damage on top of everything else here, thanks to just the Hex Nail.
치명적인 한방이었어.
거의 진압되겠는
Not staggered yet. Okay, it didn't get staggered. Mercer might stagger before Dawn gets the attack off, though, depending on whose counter goes first.
공격 능력 평가? 양호.
어우,
Yeah, Mercer staggered, I think. That's unfortunate. Oh no, he doesn't? Oh, Dawn
내 싸움은 우수했어.
didn't actually redirect with their count. Whoops, my bad. There's that entire idea. That's fine, though. Which part do we attack here? What part would be funnier to attack? Probably the body. Sure. Actually, we'll see who Hex Nail targets, and we'll go all in on that person. Body it is, okay. Looks like we're going to be using mostly non-envy attacks this turn anyways, because we just don't have envy attacks ready, but that's fine. We'll still do it to, for the sake of doing it, I guess. Sometimes that's all you need. And I'll pop another teleport here, too. Should I overclock it? Is it negative at that point? It is not. Probably should not overclock it then. Either way, we need the heads to actually benefit the most from it, so... There's a chance something is going to go wrong with the teleport. Maybe I should have overclocked it for, you know, safety. Because it's probably going to hit allies now. That's fine. I'm not too bothered.
적확한 한압이었어.
It didn't. Okay, that's good to see. It didn't even corrode, yeah.
낙맥 충전 최대치예요.
How kind, really. It had a, like a, I think it had like a 75% chance of corrosion or something, yeah.
좋아.
That's cool then, is that it just chose not to. And we should just kill you here, I think. Yeah, we've got nails on you. We actually have bleed count on you thanks to having nails on you. Because Hex Nail inflicts nails at threads before. And down the box goes. There we go.
아주 박살이 났는 걸.
Good stuff.
일개 부위가 떨어져 나갔네요.
Very solid stuff. Yeah, I think Faust's teleport is decent.
이번 작전도
I don't know, once again, it's never going to beat Fluid Sac. It's good for gimmick builds, but at the same time, if you're running a gimmick build using, like, if you're running Envy team anyways, you're probably going to focus on Hex Nail more so. And it's only a single power-up for 2 random allies when it comes to,
오셨어요?
who gets that the little Envy benefits from teleport. Overall, it's mostly just a good way to power up Faust and make her do a lot of damage to their attacks. With a 40% damage increase at 20 charge, which isn't too hard to hit. Especially when you start with both charge tier 3s and just get them both to ++. You know. Seems good. Anything special today? It doesn't seem like it, that's fine. Put all of our shards in any way we can. I keep on spending shards on random things, like, you know, the fact that I actually uptied Faust teleport 4 yesterday. For the sake of the bit. God, what do you even get if you get uptied? More attack weight with even more lust resonance. Interesting idea. That's all I have to say, though. It's still only a 3 target. You need 6 lust absolute resonance for it to become a 3 target with this. Like, converting burn to defense level down is cool. Still costs gluttony to use this E.G.O, though. Stop focusing on 9.2 though, because this is a tellable video. 9.2 video is never coming, surely. But yeah, that'll be all for this time. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next episode. Bye!